Arsenal confirm Champions League squad. Arteta names 8 new signings and rising star in ambitious lineup. Arsenal have officially submitted their squad for the upcoming UEFA Champions League campaign, and it's turning heads. Mikel Arteta's list features 8 fresh signings and a 15-year-old rising star, signalling the club's serious intent to make a deeper run in Europe this season. The Gunners are back for another crack at continental glory under the revamped Champions League format, which places extra importance on finishing high in the league phase standings. The higher a team finishes after the 8-game league round, the better their odds of playing the crucial second leg of the knockout stage at home. It's a strategic advantage Arsenal sorely missed last season. Had these rules applied last year, the Gunners, who finished high in their group, would have hosted European giants like Real Madrid and PSG at the Emirates in the return legs. Instead, they were forced to travel to Madrid and Paris, which ultimately contributed to a hard-fought but heartbreaking semi-final exit. Injury crisis and squad depth rebuild. That deep Champions League run came at a cost. Arsenal finished last season battered and bruised, with a staggering 27 injuries on the books. They had to field makeshift lineups in some of their most important matches, with Mikel Merino playing as a makeshift striker and Jakub Kiwior replacing the injured Gabriel Magalhaes in defence. Stars like Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, Jurrien Timber, and Ben White either missed games or were forced to play through lingering issues. This time, the club is hoping their new sporting director Andrea Berta has addressed those depth concerns. With 8 new names added to the squad and a renewed sense of focus, Arsenal look much better equipped to handle the rigors of Europe's elite competition. Surprisingly, Gabriel Jesus was left out of the official squad list on UEFA's website, sparking questions about his fitness and whether a return is imminent. A favourable draw and a golden opportunity. The group stage fixtures have been kind to Arsenal this year. They'll host Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Olympiacos, and FC Kairat at the Emirates, while away trips include Inter Milan, Club Brugge, Slavia Praha, and Athletic Club. According to UEFA's coefficient rankings, it's considered one of the easier draws among the 36 participating teams. That's fueling real belief that Arsenal could finish high in the table and position themselves for a favourable knockout path. Naturally, all 8 summer signings have been included in the squad, and there's a particularly exciting addition, Max Daumann, a 15-year-old prodigy who could make Champions League history. Should he feature in the opening fixtures, Daumann would become the youngest player ever to appear in a Champions League match, breaking Youssoufa Moukokko's record of 16 years and 18 days set with Borussia Dortmund. Youth prospects and squad strategy. Daumann has been registered on the main lister, which allows for a maximum of 25 players, with 8 slots reserved for locally trained players. Once he turns 16 in December, he'll be eligible for List B, where youth players can be added more freely. Young stars Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly, both of whom continue to impress in the youth setup, won't need to be registered on List A until they turn 21, giving Arteta the flexibility to call them up at any time under UEFA rules. Arsenal's full Champions League squad. Goalkeepers. David Raya. Kepa Arrizabalaga. James Setford. Defenders. Tomas Branco. Jurrien Timber. William Saliba. Yerson Mosquera. Gabriel Magalhaes. Piero Hincapié. Ricardo Calafiori. Midfielders. Martin Zubimendi. Christian Nørgaard. Declan Rice. Mikel Merino. Martin Degaard. Kai Havertz. Noni Madueke. Max Daumann. Leandro Trossard. Eberechi. Forwards. Victor Gyökeres. Bukayo Saka. Gabriel Martinelli. What's next for the Gunners? With a bolstered squad, a relatively favourable group draw, and the lessons of last season still fresh, Arsenal enter the 2025 Champions League campaign not just to participate, but to compete. Expectations are sky high, and Arteta knows it. But with the talent now at his disposal, and the return of key players from injury, there's a sense that something special might just be building in North London. The stage is set. Now, it's time to prove it. The real story behind Arteta's criticism after Eberechi's miss against Liverpool. In the aftermath of Arsenal's disappointing loss at Anfield, Mikel Arteta's style of addressing mistakes, even naming players, has come under the spotlight, prompting a deeper look into his leadership approach. Criticism, not targeting. After Arsenal fell behind to a stunning set-piece from Dominik Szoboszlai, they squandered golden chances to level the match, one of which fell to new signing Eberechi. Speaking to Sky Sports, Arteta didn't mince words. When the ball is there, you have to put it in the back of the net, he said. We were miles better than last year, So much better. But today, when we have 3, 4, 5 one-on-one scenarios in the box, when ease is completely free, you must convert these if you want to win. Fans bristled at the singling out of Ease, who had just debuted for the club, especially when other teammates like Noni Madueke, Gabriel Martinelli, and Victor Gyökeres also missed major opportunities. But this isn't new for Arteta. A consistent pattern. Arteta has often highlighted players by name when they've missed crucial moments. Remember the FA Cup loss to Manchester United last season? He called out Martin Odegaard's penalty miss and lamented how dominance on the field doesn't always lead to a result. Who wins a game like that? We did everything to win. We deserved more, but football is about one thing: putting the ball in the net. If we'd scored our chances, even that one clear penalty, our story would be different. He similarly pointed to Kai Havertz's missed chances and conceded that without a consistent, high-scoring striker, those moments can haunt you, particularly after a 5-0 win over Crystal Palace, when he remarked, "We don't have a 30 to 40 goal striker, and we have to accept that." Even during Lucas Lacazette's era, notably after a 4-0 drubbing by Liverpool, Arteta referenced Lacazette's missed one-on-one, suggesting that had it gone in, the game's momentum may have shifted entirely. So, what's the real issue? Arteta saying the truth about Ease's miss? Not remarkable. Players miss clear chances. Arteta calling it out is consistent with how he's approached these moments for years. The real critique lies elsewhere. Arteta's willingness to publicly single out a player amplifies the scrutiny he should face when his own decisions fall short, whether it's substitutions, tactics, or failing to adapt during the game. If you name-check a player for missing a key opportunity, you must also be ready to face the press on what you, the coach, didn't do to change the game. The bottom line. Arteta's criticism of Ease wasn't an overreaction, it was part of a pattern. The bigger story isn't the miss, but the accountability that follows. In football, it's easy to spotlight individual mistakes. Leadership, though, means accepting the responsibility when those errors happen, especially when they happen under your watch. Arteta's honest criticism of Ease sparks debate, but reveals a deeper truth about Arsenal. After Arsenal's narrow loss to Liverpool at Anfield, Mikel Arteta once again found himself at the centre of attention, not just for the result, but for the way he handled the aftermath. While questions were raised about his starting 11 and his reluctance to make proactive changes during the match, much of the backlash focused on one particular moment: his post-match comments singling out new signing Eberechi Ease. Ease missed a golden opportunity in the second half to equalise the match, mere moments after a stunning free-kick goal from Dominic Szoboszlai. Arteta, when asked about the defeat, didn't shy away from his assessment. When you have 3, 4, 5 situations inside the box, when Ebbs is completely free to finish the action, you have to put those chances away if you want to win at places like Anfield. For some fans, that comment felt too harsh, especially for a player making his debut in one of the most intense stadiums in the world. Others argued Arteta was simply being truthful and consistent with how he's handled similar situations in the past. This isn't new behavior from Arteta. Arteta has never been one to protect players from accountability. His previously highlighted missed penalties by Martin Odegaard, wasted chances from Kai Havertz, and has frequently referenced Arsenal's lack of a prolific striker. In his eyes, these are the small moments that decide big games. And in high-pressure matches like those against Liverpool or Manchester City, missed chances can define a season. But here's where the nuance comes in. While it's true that Arteta holds his players to high standards, critics argue that he rarely applies the same level of public accountability to himself, especially when it comes to tactical decisions or missed opportunities from the touchline. If he's going to highlight a player's mistake, shouldn't he also address his own? Why fans were divided. Reactions from fans and pundits were mixed. Many felt that calling out Ease by name, especially after only 20 minutes on the pitch, was unfair. Others noted that Noni Madueke, Gabriel Martinelli, and Victor Gyökeres also missed major chances, but weren't mentioned in the same breath. Still, some fans appreciated Arteta's honesty. In their view, professional players at the highest level should be able to take criticism, especially if it's deserved. The real issue isn't whether Ease deserved to be mentioned, but whether Arteta is willing to show the same openness about his own in-game choices. Bigger picture: Arsenal's direction under Arteta. The broader discussion now turns to where Arsenal is heading under Arteta. Has the team become too conservative in big matches? Has their attacking identity been lost in favour of control and structure? And perhaps most importantly, are players still inspired and protected by their manager? Despite improved squad depth and talent, Arsenal haven't yet proven they can overcome top-tier opposition in the biggest moments. Injuries have been a factor, sure, but mentality and tactical bravery matter just as much. Arteta's leadership is clearly firm, structured, and passionate. But in moments like these, fans want more than analysis. They want balance. They want to see their manager protect young talent, accept his own faults, and evolve in real time. Final thought. Mikel Arteta was right. Eberechi should have scored. But leadership isn't just about calling out what went wrong, it's about shouldering the weight together, especially when things don't go according to plan. If Arteta is going to ask for more from his players, he must also show a willingness to demand more from himself. That's what champions do. And if Arsenal truly want to become one, that shift must start from the top.